what industry you are looking to get into so that we can get you some insight.
So tell us who you are. Tell us what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Adrienne Smith. I am originally from New Jersey. Moved here from New Jersey in about the 1998, 96, somewhere around there. But anyway, yeah. Moved to Virginia from New Jersey. And from there, I was involved in a lot of things. I am prior military, done a lot of mentoring with women. Basically, it started at a peer level, and from that point, it went to of course, you in children's church, you teach as your children in that setting. But I really realized that I had a passion and a gift when I start really dealing with preteens when I was in the military, and we did work with the inner city Richmond schools. So that was really enlightening to me. It was very self-fulfilling. And from that point, I just felt like, okay, when I get the opportunity, that is what I want and choose to do. So just recently, I have launched my mentorship program as of September. And it is a monthly program that I engage with young girls, the ages from 10 to 18. And we really, right now we're just gaining some footing, and getting together with the parents and learning how to first build the trust. That's what you need to do first, right?
Between the parent and
Between the parent and myself first, and then of course you have the buy-in when the parent is trusting the mentor. Of course, the kids will automatically come around and feel more comfortable. But I from gauging from the first session, we are well on our way to greater things. I am so excited about what we're doing. I'm excited about this program, and I know that um, I can do anything. I can do anything through Christ who strengthens me. Amen. So this is a faith-based program, although I'm not in it to have church, but I am a believer, so I can't extract that from it. I can only add more to it. Right. So that's what helps me. It gets me up in the morning, keeps me up at night, that type of thing.
Passion.
That is my passion.
You never told us, what is your program called?
The program is called Initial Image Girls Mentorship Program.
When did you first realize that this business, that your idea could be a business and you wanted to transform it and make it something physical?
I think at that point where I worked with the inner city children, I think then is when I realized it was my passion, right? When I realized it can be a business, that's really a hard question, because when I think of business, I think of work. But when I think of passion, I don't think of work. It's my passion. It's something. It's not. It doesn't. It's no longer work for me. So I understand what you're asking, but I cannot relate it to business. I can relate it to my passion, which in turn will be a business. Is branded as a business, in order to get things, funded. Of course, it has to be based as a business. But at that point, I think I would say maybe this past year, it just really resonated for me. I am retired twice. So I was just like, I just need to do something with myself. And this is what I love to do. Now I've done everything for everybody else. Now it's time to do something that edifies me and I can give back to my community. So that's something that I really felt like I have to do it. It's either now or never.
Yeah.
If I don't do it now, I will never do it, and then I'll be on working for somebody else, and that's not going to do anything for me internally.
Exactly. And
So,
that's exactly what this channel is about, like pushing,
hmm
brown diaspora people to really believe in themselves and push for what edifies them.
absolutely.
Just like this.
Yes. And it's fun,
Yeah.
and it makes you feel so good inside. So it feels like your purpose.
Yes.
So why wouldn't you want to do your purpose?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Mentioning that you have to structure it so that it is legal. Have you, what can you tell us about like licensure or like insurance? Do you have to have insurance to do your mentorship program?
I believe it will come to that, definitely. The way I have it postured now, it's not really hands on. So if I decide to go into a different structure, absolutely, I will definitely. I'm looking into these things now to see exactly how that can impact the business overall. But with this being a nonprofit,
Okay.
I put all my funds in, my personal funds into this. So I don't ask for anything for anybody. I have a lot of parents that are willing to assist. So
Okay.
when you have that engagement,
Mhm.
of course, you don't think about liability, but as a business person, you do think about liability. If something happens within your space, you do want to make sure that those avenues have been covered and you are secured in that way. But at this point in time, at this juncture, we have not, but that has been something that I've been, researching, looking into. So,
Where have you, have you gained any knowledge about it in particular? Like if someone was at the same point as you are right now,
mm-hmm.
what advice would you give them in that aspect in reference to like, well, where are you looking online?
Well, I used to own a hair salon.
Oh, okay.
Yes, before before all of this. So, I started online. Then you start, you are insured car insurance, so that you can also use those resources to ask about other insurances that they may offer as well. So that's the first step that I probably would do, because insurance, when you're insuring people, of course, car insurance is just really inflated, but
It's a
when,
scam.
yeah, absolutely. But, but when you're insuring people, on a premise, that's a whole different thing.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely I'm the type of person, I've always done my homework, and I always look for at least two or three price quotes, whatever you, however you want to call it, quotes or whatever, and take it that way. See what they're offering, see what they can do. Just share your business with them, and go from there. Make your assessment from there. But at this juncture, no, I have not done anything definitive, but it did drop, in my spirit, like, hey, you probably want to look into this just in case, because if I start moving people to different locations, whether it be via my vehicle, other things, or moving into a brick and mortar of my own, definitely I would have, if I have a brick and mortar of my own, I would definitely have that insured. So of course it would cover everything or everybody within that. um, but I don't at this point. So that's why I'm kind of slow motion, and waiting till things stop being so inflated in cost.
Okay.
And look at it that way. But definitely start with your own resources. Your car insurance, they offer other insurance, because they always want to bundle stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your home, your car, and your business. So
Okay, now we know. Put us on something because I would never. Do you have to deal with any contracts like between you and the parents? Any legality there?
so I actually made up my own contract to basically, really, it's like an expectation.
Okay.
A level of expectation. What do you expect from me, and what should I expect from you? I put out there, privacy, whatever I feel as though me as a parent first will want to know about the person that's going to be speaking to my child or children for that matter, right? So I pose my contract in that way, in that fashion. Um, and I put that information out there day one. So contractually, we're in agreement that this is what you bring to the table, and this is what you can expect from me, and this is what I expect. So I won't put your children out on social media, because social media is a big thing right now. So there can be things going on in their lives that I don't know about, but also I don't want things going out about them without me being able to gauge that. If I can't be the gatekeeper of that, that's a problem. And I want to be able to protect whoever I am actually in relationship with. So that is a big thing for me. So yeah, contractually, uh, I do have that in place, and they are aware of the expectations, and vice versa.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know, how do you find your clientele, and get the word out there that you actually have a mentorship program?
Absolutely. So lately, what I've been doing, a lot that I find very, very useful is just word of mouth, for one, right? Secondly, we have all this social media out here. So I use all my platforms. So I use Facebook, I use Instagram. We have a community app. So I use my community, and I really want to deal with young ladies in my community. So that's what I have actually did first. And I had some roadblocks.
What were they?
The roadblocks were, I live in a community where if it wasn't exclusive to my community, they didn't want to distro it. They can display it, but not distro it, right? So I said, okay, because, I also like to substitute teach on, so there are other people that need to be reached outside of your neighborhood, obviously.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I? Because these girls interact with people outside of their own neighborhood as well, when they go to school, when they go to church, when they're in different community sports. Why wouldn't I, bring it all together? Yeah. And why would I just, don't limit yourself? Yeah, I would not do that. So, or that wasn't my heart to do that. So, that was one of my blocks. But I overlooked it, I overcame it, and I got what I needed out of it. So, and it's growing. Good. So it's growing. That. It is definitely growing, and I'm pleased about that. So, yeah. So we're moving forward.
So where had you had any roadblocks that were more mental when it came to starting your business? Because I know me in particular, it's like at first it was okay, I have to believe in myself.
Absolutely, I did. I think we all have that. I want to, I want to, I want to, but can I? If you understand what I'm saying, right? So I want to do this. I want to fulfill this. I want to work in this field, but can I? It's always that doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's that doubt. Can I? Can I do this? I mean, in my mind, I can do it. In my head, I'm all in my head, and I done worked it out. But when I actually start putting my hands to it, will I see it through? Will it be fulfilled the way I see it in my head? So it's that doubt piece that always has a tendency to keep us from fulfilling our purpose. And I think, yeah, that was a big thing in the beginning for me. But, my blockage was me working.
Working towards your goal? Like working toward.
No, just being in the workforce.
Okay. As in, like, you
going
were ready
to
to get out of it.
going to a 9 to 5.
You are not lying.
And
okay.
Because think about it. When you do that, that consumes majority of your day.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're very disciplined in your habits, where you commit or set aside time each day to commit to your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because a lot of people, you hear, well, my job makes room for my passion, right? But you're still caught up in the hamster wheel on this until this gets where it needs to be. So so it was me having to let go of one thing in order to receive another.
So at the point of you letting go, were you at your military job, or were you?
I was at another position, and it just kept me
confined.
Yeah, because by the time you got home, you're tired, you're exhausted. You think about, ooh, I wish I could. You even probably dream about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get to it. It's unattainable because you're still holding on to one thing, but you can't release that because this is giving you and it's sustaining you and your family. You can't release it in order to get to
Did
this.
you have any help from any outside sources in relevance to like how you found your niche or how you kept to your path? Um, it doesn't have to necessarily be a person in particular, but I know for me, like I was reading a lot of self-improvement books.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have anyone or anything that really helped you develop your
Yes,
confidence?
I did. I had a spiritual mentor
Okay.
to actually let me know that it was time.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, yeah,
Come on, let us know.
yeah, it was definitely time. And when God puts a mandate on you, there's some things that need to be done and are required. So when you feel like you got to do it in your own strength and you are, okay, I got to wait until I get X amount of years on this job before I retire, or I get this X amount of money. And that's where people are limiting themselves. And that's why I feel that we're living in a world where it's kind of mundane, so robotic,
Yes.
so systematic, right? And we're caught up. We do the same things. We do this, we're just, I don't know. I like The Walking Dead for for sake of lack of words. Why are we not living our purpose? Why are we not living with intention? And we're so held back by that. If people could just be free from limitations, as you said before, and see, if you have a desire to do something, it shouldn't be your hobby. That should be your passion, right?
Yeah, I completely agree.
So why does that have to be my hobby? Because I made a commitment over here that I will, like I signed up for a 30-year mortgage, and then I signed up to work until I'm 60, 62, 65. I've had these other man-made commitments over here, but if I just switch that and flip that, God can give you so much more if you just trust.
Yeah.
If you just trust. And I think that's what it is. It's a lack of trust. It's a lack of trust. It's a lack of, I can't release because I don't trust. What are we really saying? We don't trust the one who made us, right? So that's what you're really saying. So I had to get to that point through my spiritual mentor and question who I was. And while I'm sitting at a job, which I actually learned how to when you learn a job and you know it so well, you have your system. I'm the type of person, I get bored. I get very bored. Um, so why would I stay at something that I'm bored, that it's not edifying me, that it's not causing me to grow and get to the next level? So why would I stunt my growth? Ask yourself, would you want your children to do that?
Absolutely not.
Don't we encourage them to be their best selves, to they can be anything they or anybody they want to be, So why would we pigeonhole them into something that has them working away, just doing things that really, I'm not saying don't work, don't have a job, don't do what you got. You got to eat. You got to have a house. You got to have a vehicle. You got to have those things. But how are we getting those things? Are we getting those things? Are we living beyond our means? Are we not taking the necessary steps to get to where we want to be quicker? Faster. So, I would say my spiritual mentor helped me make this cut and dry decision. It's time for you to leave, and it's time for you to start working and walking in your purpose.
Wow. It's a blessing that you had a mentor to actually say, hey, you gotta, pivot.
Right.
To, do what God is calling you to. Because I know in my journey, it was like one day I was doing one thing, and then the next day it was not the same.
Right.
And that was like scary. Like, but at the same, like I was asking God, like, God, what is happening? I was like, I feel like I'm dying.
Right.
I'm like, or maybe I'm being reborn. I'm like, what is happening right here? And I feel like now I've gained like so much more confidence in him being reborn into who he actually created me to be.
Right.
It's like if I didn't release it, it started with the truth.
Right.
It started with the truth. Like when I started to tell myself the truth about where I was at that moment,
right.
That's when I could propel. Where he could say, okay, well, since you're willing to tell the truth here, well, I have more for you.
Yeah.
And say, hey, I can't do this no more. Hands is up.
Yeah. That was a surrender.
I literally was thinking, I said, I surrender.
That was a surrender.
And now I'm praising him.
Yeah.
With my hands up.
With your hands up. Yeah. So, when you give God your yes, he's going to give you so much more. Sure. Because he's a gentleman, and it's just like, if you just say yes, I'm not going to force my will on you. If you just give me your yes, I got you. Why would he bring you into this and not have you? Why would, and you said it best when I was truthful. So that's a matter of being honest with yourself first and foremost, but then releasing the trust, saying, God, I trust you. Yeah. I trust you. Because when you keep on running into the same wall, right, and you still don't like yourself after you come from a job that is supposed to be so honorable. This job is supposed to be this, it's supposed to be this. They make jobs look like they're not. It's, to me, it's like you're being imprisoned. You're being it's captive. It almost feels like, okay, I'm in a closed up room and I have to stay here for X amount of time. I have to do my time. Yeah. I have to do my time.
In prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I have to do my time? Who said I have to do my time? Only time I have to do is on this earth.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not for you because you feel it before you get released. Yeah. And that's exactly, I was sitting at my computer one day and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I knew it was time. And I shared this with somebody. I've really never stayed at a job more than 5 years at a time.
That sounds like me. Only thing that kept me there was I was in my master's program and I wanted that degree.
Right.
But for what?
For what? For what?
For what?
For what?
For the title at the end of it, when it really came down to the end. God is amazing, because I was in my last semester and he allowed me to get my master's in teaching without finishing the last semester.
Wow.
Where have you heard of that?
No.
That's when I knew.
Yeah.
I'm in God's hands.
And you're in God's hands. That was it. Yeah. That solidified it right there. Right there.
That happened last week.
Well, see? Yeah, because when I talked to you, you was like, I had one semester to go.
This is the first step in gaining confidence. Confidence, I feel like you can try to learn it outwardly, but God is the one who really instills it in you. Like, you can learn all these different sayings. You can say all these different affirmations.
Yep.
But if it's not within,
if it's not in you, it can't come out of you.
Do you want to have a brick and mortar?
I don't see myself having a brick and mortar because I see so much movement.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's making sense to you, but
can you expand?
I would definitely expand.
Yes, please.
I just see I see this being in other states.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it being so fluid. It's just moving. It's not really one place.
Are you giving too much information?
I don't.
Or not enough?
I'm probably not giving because I can only get it in doses, and that's how it's being given it to me. And this is not by a person. This is spiritual. This is really spiritual. I just see everything just moving in motion because it's not my doing. It's how, God wants to do this. And somebody may see something and say, hey, I need you to come here. I need you to be over here. I need you to be here, wherever. And I think that's how it's going to have to move and flow. Okay. So I cannot be confined to or strapped to a building.
Okay. That's blessed.
That's God.
It's moving.
It's moving.
Yeah. It's in motion.
It's in motion.
I love that for you.
I love it. I love what he loves with it. And if he says, okay, go, I'm going. I don't want to be, I can't go because, or making up excuses. I want to be able to flow.
Do you have your social media set up?
I do.
Okay, where can we find you?
I just set it up.
Yay!
So it can be found. It's on Facebook. It's under Initial Image.
Okay.
So not sure exactly, but if you go ahead and look it through that by way of Initial Image, you should be able to find it. I do have it's called Initial Image Mentor Me.
Okay.
.com.
Okay, that's your full website.
That's the full website.
Okay.
Yes, Initial Image Mentor Me.com.
So if we wanted to start our own website, like where did you go online, or did you pay someone?
For that, I paid for a year. It's called Network Solutions.
Okay.
And it only costs less than $20.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I really don't know where it's going. So I just did it for a year because I would have did it for 5. And even that's less than $100.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really not hard to do at all. The domain, they'll tell you when your domain is pending, when it's in, like you said, in construction.
What would you say to someone who is sitting on an idea but is scared to release it?
I'm trying to always go back to biblical principles. Write the vision and make it plain, right? So I would say write it down. Make sure it makes sense to you, and make sure it's attainable. Can you really get through this? And set yourself some marks, like some benchmarks. I want to be here in 3 months. I want to be here in 6 months. I want to have this accomplished by a certain time. And when you do that, it kind of puts you in some type of momentum, where you're keeping the ball rolling. And if you look back and see, okay, well, I didn't do this, then it's you letting you down. Nobody else is letting you down but you. You're holding yourself up from getting where you need to be. So if you create those milestones, then you'll be able to say, okay, well, I'm working towards this. I should have that by whatever month. And keep it moving. Don't go backwards. Just keep it moving. And if you find yourself in that space where you're stuck, whether it be for lack of research or whatever, do your due diligence. And when you've done all that you can do, reach out. Reach out to somebody else who can help you. Don't get stuck in prideful and think that you have to do everything by yourself.
Ask for help.
Ask for help, definitely. So yeah, so with that, like with me starting this, I did a lot of it by myself because I used to own a business, but social media has plus up times 10 since I had my business. So yeah, I have to ask for help. I am like so ignorant when it comes to some things in social media. It's just like I don't know how to do this.
Everybody has their thing.
It's just like yeah. So I have nieces and nephews for that are very
good.
So they're so IT literate. So I just pull on them, and they're so helpful. So but yeah, and then sometimes I just don't have time. So if you don't have time, what do? You don't hold up the process. You just give it to somebody else who can help you, and you're still moving the ball because you gotta do other things. You gotta put your hands to other things, but don't let that one thing hold you from getting to the next one.
Here's an important question that I wish I would have asked you a little earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
But have you had to take a financial risk on yourself with this business or the past business? And how did that go?
My past business, I would say with my past business, I took a financial risk, and it didn't go well, because it was a different type of business. That was a brick and mortar.
Okay.
With this business I'm not brick and mortar. It's just me. I am, the service basically, instead of being of service. So there's a difference with that, and I think people need to understand. You can consult anywhere, right? You can counsel anywhere. You can go to the people, but when you have a business like a hair salon, like I did, you're waiting for people to come to you, and you service them. So sometimes that can have so much. It's unpredictable. On that scale. Whereas on this side, I didn't have to do too much out. What I do out of pocket is minimal compared to what I did as far as trying to keep a space rented every month, keep all the utilities going. Being tied to a brick and mortar is a lot.
What did you learn from that? Like, if you were to start that business over, which I know we're past that, but if you were to start that over, what would you have done differently to keep that a success?
Okay, so right now, I think even in society, we have gotten wiser and smarter with businesses and being in supersized brick and mortars. Now they have suites.
Okay.
That's what I would do now. I would do a suite.
Okay.
And they also do sheds, right?
Okay.
People buy the shed that you actually place in your backyard, and they beautify it, make it nice, make it all nice, make it how you want to, and get all your utilities to that unit, and all you're doing is paying for the shed, basically, right?
Okay, so I'm hearing you say you would have started smaller.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely smaller. So
smaller
with those ideas, definitely, I would, if I was to go back and do that today, that's exactly what I would do.
Okay.
I would probably do a shed.
Okay.
A nice little she shed.
I've heard of a she shed. Okay.
Yes, it would definitely be. Yes, that's what I would definitely do. And I've seen people even on social media have done that, and very, very smart move, because it's so cost effective.
That's some good advice.
Yeah, definitely cost effective. So, and I mean, you can go to Lowe's, you can go to Home Depot, and pretty much buy those type of things, or make one if you have a handy person around, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. When you think about everything that you've learned, what does believing in yourself mean to you?
Believing in myself and is okay. So it's not a hard question at this point in my life. It would have been, but now believing in myself looks like I'm walking in what God wants me to walk in. I have actually met me.
Yeah.
I actually see me. And when I see me, that means, what am I going to do? What am I going to give me back? What am I going to do for me? Right?
Yeah.
And some people might say that statement sound very selfish, but at some point you have to take care of yourself first in order to be able to release something to somebody else. So, when you have nurtured your children and given to your spouse and given so much of yourself, where does that replenishment come back in? Because not everybody can give you back what you poured out. So when you meet you, you know what you require to keep moving, to keep going, to be one, successful, to live on purpose, to live with intention, and then you're able to reciprocate that, because people will see that you, because when you feel that in you, I'm able to, like, I feel so much joy, right?
Yeah.
So why can't I share that joy? And just like I'm sitting here sharing with you, because I know who I am now, I am like, okay, nothing else matters, because regardless of what somebody else may think, feel, or say, right? I know where I need to be. I know where my space is now. I found my footing in this earth. And now I have to walk this thing out. I got to do it.
Wow.
Yep, I got to go to the finish.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. I never thought that I would be doing something like this, but thank you for the ask. And this is just, to me, this is a simple conversation.
Yeah.
This is what I love to do. Like you said, you love to do, right? But I do it, with young ladies, because,
here you are.
And here I am,
here
right? So, I do it at starting at that age, because who can say at the age of 10 they really knew who they were, right? Wow. And now we're dealing with identity issues and all the social media, the bullying, and all this stuff that is tugging on our young people's lives. And had they really had somebody to say, hey, this is who you say you are, right? This is who you are. And don't compromise that. Yeah. In no way, shape, or form. Don't compromise that. And don't allow people to demean you, and don't absorb everything that comes out of somebody's mouth. Don't be the sponge. That's the one. Right? Mm-hmm. So guard your heart, guard your tongue. And most importantly is, you got to guard this, right? And then there's so much going on. We got so many senses, but you have to definitely guard your heart, because whatever you're taking in, it penetrates this heart. Yeah. And what goes in the heart is going to come out the mouth. So, yeah, absolutely.
That's a whole different level.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why I do what I do.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Adrienne.
Yes.
For coming on to Inspire RVA Metro. Okay. Hopefully we're inspiring way more than RVA. Yes. The whole world needs to see this, honestly. Yes. Like, comment, subscribe. If any of this was valuable to you, comment. Tell us what it was. If you have more questions, comment, let us know. We could definitely get those questions answered for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye. Wow, that was awesome.